Peace, love, and blessings, man. It's your boy Trillionaire Trey. We back for another one. And you know what we're here to do, man. We want to impact a trillion lives in a positive way. We all about the business. We all about mindset first, honestly. It's all about the mindset, I should have said. Then it's about the business. You know what I'm saying? About that spiritual awakening, that spiritual growth, reaching your higher self. That's what we all about here on this channel. And it leads right into what I'm about to talk about, man. Because me and my brother, we was having a conversation with one of my brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm an only child, so when I say brothers, I'm talking about somebody who's very, very close to me. You know what I'm saying? My inner circle, I don't have a lot, but all those, I consider them brothers, you know what I'm saying? All of my people who I rock with, man, we like family. So I was talking to one of my brothers, man, and we disagreed upon this subject matter. And it was because we just had two different perspectives on it. And the conversation, I forgot how it came up, but he was just speaking on, because I know I don't deserve to be here. Like, I don't deserve nothing. You feel me? Like, nobody deserves nothing. Like, we all under God's grace. And I was like, yeah, I feel what you're saying, bro. Like, I hear what you coming, like where you're coming from with that, but I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do believe we are under God's grace. Don't get me wrong, because by the grace of God, I'm here, man. I done been through a whole lot of different things when I know, like, I could have been dead. I could have still been in prison. Like, it's a lot of different situations that I could have been in right now. So, no lie, God's grace most definitely is real because it's the only reason why I'm here. But at the same time, for me to say I don't deserve it, I don't deserve life, I don't deserve the blessings that I'm living in right now, when I know I put in the work, when I know that I did the steps necessary to even get closer and to build that relationship with God, I'm not going to agree with that. I won't say that. And of course, like I said, we was able to respect each other's perspectives about it, but I was just like, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that is a belief that honestly, it will hold you back in many aspects of your life if you believe that, in my opinion. So you let me know and you comment down below on what you believe, because this is the whole point of this video. I want to have a conversation because I'm the type of person, it's not that I need you to believe what I believe. I just like to hear different perspectives because perspective is reality at the end of the day. So we was able to hear each other's perspective, but the reason why I agree was just that. And I wanted to tell why in this video that perspective to me is kind of dangerous. And it will block you, and it will honestly it will have you in a position to where when you do get blessed and you receive things that you prayed for, if in your mind subconsciously you feel that you don't deserve these things and you are unworthy of these things, how will you ever be able to receive more? So it's like, it's just a belief that I think is very, very dangerous. So I wanted to tap in with it, but let's go here. I had to write down some notes, man, so I stayed on point with this one. But so then we got to talking about the good versus evil people, because I was like, okay, because he started talking about it first, and he was just saying, like, like it's because it's a lot of good people who just are not here no more, and it's a lot of, and I was like, okay, that's my main example. Then if it's a whole lot of good people that are still here, that are not here right now, and these were good individuals, they were righteous individuals, how come God's grace did not save them? Why was they not good enough for God's grace? Because he was going to a point like, God has chosen people. And my argument was, we are all God's chosen people, but it's the free will of the person to choose to have that relationship with God or not. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I don't think it's a selected group of people who are under God's grace and another selected people who are not under God's grace. I believe God's grace is extended to everybody, but we have to be the ones to receive the God's grace. And how you receive God's grace is, number one, awareness. By even knowing that, God is within me. So if God is within me, I need to get one with that source that's within. So I have to reach my higher self. And when you're not reaching your higher self, then guess what you're doing? You're falling and you're dropping yourself in nature. And when you fall to lower nature and a lower frequency, that's when we start to live in the frequency of what they call the devil or Satan or whatever you want to call it. But it originated from the higher self fighting the lower self, which was the battle of Set. That just comes from ancient terminology. Like all these things, when you study these things, you'll know where they come from. And that's why a lot of times I like to speak from a place of understanding and study and wisdom, because I have been in a position where blind faith left me mentally confined. So like I said, these aren't new things. These are things that we can learn. These are things, if we go back in history, we can literally study to see that this is ancient. This is ancient. As within, so without, as above, so below. These are ancient terminologies. I didn't make these things up. But these are laws of the universe that I've seen in my life to be true. So when I told him, like, look, man, we all have free will. So your actions and your choices are either aligning you with the God within, or it's aligning you with the devil or your lower self. It's either you're going to choose to have a mindset where you can live in heaven, or you can have a mindset where you choose to live in hell. These places are not spots that people go to after death. No, these are something that we experience now. Because trust me, I have been in hell. I didn't have to die to go there. Spiritually, yes, I was dead, in which that's the reason why I was in hell. It's all spiritual to me, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong, or like I said, tell your perspective. But like I said, perspective is your reality, because your perspective makes up what you're going to believe. Just like my brother, his perspective was, look, this is what it is. I'm under God's grace, and I hear you, brother, and I hear that perspective, but look, I'm under God's grace. I don't deserve it. Just like my perspective. Hey, brother, if that's the way you want to live your life, if you want to live your life feeling like you unworthy, or you don't, you're not supposed to be here, or, however he feels, I'm not going to put no words in his mouth, but however he feels, that is his life. He has the opportunity and the free will to live that. So who am I to say that he's right or wrong? That's your life, brother, live it. But me personally, I know for a fact I would rather live in heaven right now like I am, because I've been in hell and I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that hell. So when I was able to free myself mentally, when I was able to free myself spiritually and free myself physically, man, life transformed for me at that point. And that's why, like I said, I speak through real life experiences, man. I don't like to just go off of blind faith, because I've been in a situation in my life where I was going off of just strictly blind faith. I was going off of, what I heard in the church, just being honest, or what I heard a pastor say, or what I heard my family members tell me as I was growing up. But when you're going off of other people's words, and your subconscious mind is taking all this in, you know what I'm saying? So when your subconscious mind is taking all this in, your thoughts a lot of the times aren't even your own thoughts. They're just, you think they're your thoughts because you've heard them so many times that you think these are your thoughts. But sometimes we don't never ask the root question of, where did this idea even come from? Did this idea come from me, or did I adopt this idea from somebody else? And a lot of times we'll figure out, if we go deep enough, like, man, I didn't never believe that. That was something that somebody programmed me to believe. So like I said, I respect everybody's religious opinions, how you live your life, because how you live your life is ultimately up to you. I truly believe that. But what we don't want to do is ever allow whatever religion, spirituality system, whatever you want to call it, we never want that same thing to be the reason that you are mentally and spiritually not able to evolve, because that defeats the point. And that's why I had to pause when I said it, because that's some real deep words, if you're able to hear it. Like, if your spiritual system, your religious system is stopping your spiritual evolution, then what are we really doing? What are we really doing? So I said, man, but I just really appreciated that me and my brother was able to talk on this topic. We was able to agree to disagree and hear each other's perspective. It wasn't no ego involved. It wasn't no, oh, I'm trying to make you believe what I believe. It's literally just a perspective. And the only reason I even share my perspective with him is just because, like I told him, brother, regardless of whether you feel like it or not, I know the individual that you are. I know the man that you are. I know what you do for your family. I know what you do for people around you. I know what you do for strangers. I know what you've done for me. So, brother, you deserve it. You deserve life. You deserve wealth. You deserve whatever it is that you want to have in this world, because I know your heart. So whether you feel like you deserve it or not, I'm going to tell you, you do deserve it. And I feel the same way about myself. I know the work that I put in. I know why when I was in that prison cell and everybody was playing around and they listening to music and they running around thinking this is life is a game, and they still in here smoking and they still in here drinking the hooch, and they still in here want to gang bang, and they doing everything that they not supposed to be doing because that's what put you here. When I was in there reading and taking all my time to educate myself and get closer to God and figure out, okay, what it is, how can I get out this position to put myself in a better position? How can I create a new reality for myself? I put in the work to do that. And not only after that, I had to keep doing the work once I got out. Because it's easy to talk the game, but when you get out there in real life, are you going to live what you was talking? So I had to put in that work. I had to get myself in a position to where I was able to get out the halfway house. Then after I got out the halfway house, I had to do the work to get myself in a position where I was able to get off of home confinement. After I got off home confinement, I had to put in the work and even do the paperwork so I can get off probation. I had to do the work. So yes, I thank God that I was able to, because it's God's grace that I was able to do those things. But without me putting in that work and action, I would not have got none of those things. So I'm never going to discredit myself and say that I don't deserve it, because I deserve everything that I put my work in for. And if I'm speaking for me and everybody else out there, you deserve it. If you putting in the work, you deserve it. Just like when he told me, he was like, man, just like when you did your little thing, you know, that was God's grace that saved you. And he's absolutely right. Because when I went in there, I could have got killed when we went in that back door to do what we were supposed to do. It was stupid. It was ignorant. And like he said, it was God's grace that saved me. He's absolutely right. That was God's grace. But after that, I had to put in the work to get closer to God, knowing that, boy, God, you just saved me. Let me get closer and figure out what it is and my purpose in my life that you saved me for. I had to put in the work. So it was an effort. It was the God within me working and getting closer to that God within. You know what I'm saying? Me reaching that higher self, like I've been saying this whole time. So I would never discredit myself by saying I don't deserve it. That's a dangerous thing to do. And I don't say that for me. I say that for everybody who's watching. Because if you're watching it for a reason. And this is literally the main reason why I wrote my book, Mind Over Matter, Breaking Free from Mental Confinement, because literally it's mind over matter. Your mind will either keep you in a mental prison, or your mind can literally have you experience whatever life you want to experience. If you want to be wealthy, you can have wealth. If you want to drive in a Lambo, the private jets, like whatever you want in this life, it's literally up to you. It's literally up to you. And these principles in my book is how I was able to do and manifest what I wanted. No, I don't have everything that I want, but guess what? I can see from where I started, from where I am now, I'm going to have everything I want because I'm attracting it. It's coming to me naturally because guess what? I got in tune with my higher self. So this topic, man, it really woke something up in me, man, and I really want to hear y'all opinions on what you think. What are your opinions? Are we only saved by God's grace? Do we have any control over this? Like, you know, y'all heard the whole conversation, so I want to hear y'all opinions now on what you feel. And also, I also want to let people know, like, I'm offering one-on-one mindset mastery. You know what I'm saying? It is going to be a premium high service offer, but if you can't afford that, it's fine. I have mindset mastery on our website, unlockingyourlegacy.com, where we have many different products that can start to have you think in a different perspective, so that way you can attract the things that you want in life. Because I didn't always think like this, and I did not always attract the things that I'm attracting now. And I know it's all due to the perspective that I have and the mindset that I have from a lot of reading and studying and just inner work that I had to go through. So if you're interested in that, make sure you tap in with me. Send me a message, send me a DM, and if we're aligned, then we can move forward and work together. And like I said, if you're not able to, you know, afford that, then I definitely have some lower ticket mindset mastery tools. But like I said, I'm big on mindset because I understand, like I'm big on business funding and starting your own business and ownership. But I know these things only can come from a strong mind, because if your mind is weak and you're in a position where you're not able to see it for yourself, or if you're in a position where your mental won't allow you to get over certain limitations and barriers, then you will never be able to reach the life that you're supposed to get for yourself. Because ultimately, Just like my brother said, you might feel like you're unworthy. You might feel like you don't deserve it. Or maybe you just have a blockage somewhere that's like, man, I have a belief that I need to change my perspective on, so that way I can attract the reality that I want. So once again, man, I'm not gonna talk too long. I hope this video impacted somebody. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be talking about stuff like this, man, more. I want to get more into more than just the business. I want to get on deeper topics like that. So shout out to my brother. You know who you are. I ain't gonna expose who you was, because this was a personal conversation, but shout out to my brother for this conversation, because it probably helped somebody change their perspective, change their life, man. Love, peace, blessings. It's your boy Trillionaire Trey. We're here to impact a trillion lives in a positive way, and I'm just hoping that we did that today, man. To the next one, we out.